Welcome to Raw and Nerdy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of our favorite show to make, Raw and Nerdy. I'm Rook.
And I'm Archon.
And we have a big show for you today because I went into my deep dive mode. And you remember a few months ago where we talked to, or was it a few months or a few weeks ago? Where we talked about
It was a while ago. Yeah.
that was a while ago when Warmakita asked us what we would like to see for crossovers. Well, today we're taking a deep dive into a crossover. We're going to deep dive Star Wars and DC crossover.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I got questions. So Rook's going to have fun with this one.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's start off with the usual. How was your week, sir?
Well, my week has been a little all over the place. I worked a lot, so I didn't really get to do much nerdy stuff until this weekend. Then I was playing this game called, gosh, what was it called? I don't even remember. I told you.
You told me a lot of games.
What was it? Halls of Torment. It was some free game on Xbox Live, and I'm like, or Xbox Game Pass. And I'm like, I'm just gonna give it a try. So I kind of got a little distracted by that game. I played through some more of Final Fantasy 2. I'm almost done with it. I can already tell you right now that this is gonna be my least favorite Final Fantasy out of all of them.
That's a interesting thing. I had other ideas, but
I've played most Final Fantasy games.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has a system in it where you have to talk to people and stuff like that, like in all of them, but sometimes people will have these keywords and you have to learn the keyword. If you talk to them and don't click on the learn button, you don't learn the keyword. And if you forget to learn it and then you go progress into the game, you need that keyword to talk to people. And sometimes you can skip right by the people and never even hear the keywords. And then you spend hours looking for somebody who has a keyword to teach you so that you can progress. And it's just, it's annoying. And
that would suck.
Out of all the games that I've played, this is the only one that does that, which is great. So that system alone, I can already tell this is going to be my least favorite of all of them.
It sounds like Square Enix learned their lesson on that one.
Yeah, because as far as I know of, they never did it again. Which, thank goodness, because this is terrible.
I've never played 2, so I'll have to try it sometime.
I'm glad I'm almost done with it, and then I can move on to 3. And now we're talking Japanese 3, not like the actual what Americans know as 3, which is actually 6. So it'll be a while before I get to that one, the one with Tara and Kefka and all them. That's 6. So I'll be there eventually, but I'm looking forward to that one because I love that game. And I love 4, which is the one with Cecil. That one's really fun. But for now, I'm just kind of trying to get to 2, which is I've been taking a few breaks and playing a few other things because 2 is driving me crazy. But I have a feeling I'm only a couple hours away from the end. It seems like everything's wrapping up, so I hope so. I also bought Pokemon Z to A, which I haven't really played a ton of it yet, or maybe an hour or 2 in, but it seems like it's going to be pretty fun. It's got a Arceus feel to it, which I really liked Arceus, so I'm kind of excited for this one. Right off the bat, you learn why it's called Z to A, because there's this league going on, and you start off at rank Z, and your goal is to get to rank A.
Oh, fun. I do need to get that one.
So far, I'm rank Y.
I've
made it from Z to Y.
From Z to Y.
To go. I got a ways to go.
Just a little bit.
And also there's a beta going on for Monsters and Memories, which is an MMO game made by the people who made EverQuest that I'm having a little bit of fun with. I just found out about that today, so I played it for a little while today.
Nice.
But other than that, I made one mistake this weekend.
Just one?
I made the mistake of watching the first episode of the new season of Witcher.
And?
I love The Witcher, season 1 through 3. Season 4 is terrible so far. They decided that this season they were gonna go woke, which not a fan of. Also, they decided that they were gonna part ways with Henry Cavill because he parted ways because he didn't like the direction they were going, and I can see why. And Liam Hemsworth is not Geralt. He plays a terrible Geralt. He tries to mimic what Henry Cavill was doing and just fails miserably in all aspects of it. I can't stand it. The only good part of the entire show now is Yennefer. Like, she's still cool, but other than that, I don't know. I might try and finish the season, but I've kind of lost interest after watching that first episode because it was really just bad.
I give
Both
it a
me and my
shot
wife,
to watch more.
both me and my wife walked away from the episode going, "What even happened? Like, what happened to further the story at all in that episode?" And
Mm.
neither one of us can answer the question. So
That's bad when a story you can't figure out what's going on in the story with how they act it or wrote the script
yeah,
anyway.
and I think they might have changed another character because there's one character in the show that I just couldn't figure out who she was or what importance she had in the show. But they made her seem like she was super important and I should know. So I don't know. But yeah, that was pretty much my week.
Ah, my week was less entertaining than yours.
Oh,
Yeah, work and sleep. I didn't do much during the week other than edit the Halloween episode, which if you hadn't seen it, go check it out, please. Uh,
yeah,
uh
it was a fun one.
I gotta get a little bit better at editing. Um, a lot better, in fact, because I think I'm leaving a lot of meat on the table when I come to editing our shows. But
You should only leave vegetables on the table, never leave the meat.
I know I'm failing you. I'm sorry. But no, besides work and that, I didn't do much this week because I had a lot I had to take care of during the week, outside of gaming and nerdism, being an adult, that kind of thing. Uh, Also played some Halo, got back into doing that,
Halo.
starting with Halo Reach. About a few missions into it. I don't remember how many missions there are.
Why did
So
you start with Reach?
Halo, I play the games in the order of story.
So Reach is first?
It chronologically reaches first. Release, no, it's not. But chronologically in the story reaches first. Because that's where the Spartans are. That's Spartan's home base. It collapses, falls to the Covenant. Then the Pillar of Bottom leads there and starts Halo Combat Evolved. I'm doing this because when Halo Campaign Evolved comes out, I will give it a shot. I want to see how good it is. My biggest complaint is hot seat co-op being removed, but I haven't played it hot seat for a while or split screen. So why not give it a shot? Um, we'll see how it goes. Other than that, my week has been very uneventful. I haven't even streamed that much this week, sadly.
Lame. I listened to a little bit more of my book. I was actually talking to Rook about a really cool system they have in my book called Shard Blades. If you know, you know. But other than that, yeah. I'm about 20 hours from finishing the second book,
It's not
which is
bad.
crazy to say considering most books aren't even 20 hours in audiobook. And this book I've been listening to for a long time now, and I got 20 hours left.
Mm-hmm.
I think it started at I think it was like 51 hours or something when it started.
Oof, that's a
It's a
lot
long,
of hours.
oh, but it's so good.
That's a week worth of work for me.
Yeah, same, but it's so good.
Yeah,
So good.
audiobooks have been a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm. I don't get to listen as much right now because I'm doing a lot of training and learning and
Mm-hmm.
have to pay attention to what people are telling me and showing me. So Once I get into a lot more of my own work where I'm working on my computer, I'll be able to just throw my audiobooks on and work. So we'll see.
Nice. Are you ready to get through the topic? Because it's a
I know
long one.
you are.
It's a
I
long
know
one.
you are.
All right. So, what would happen if DC and Star Wars merged in a metaverse? First, we're going to talk about the metagaming of it. Um, what if every person in the universe knew they were being power scaled? By that, I mean every hero, villain, and cosmic entity knows they are in a massive crossover fandom debate. For example, they know they're being
Doubt they'd
ranked.
like it too much.
Oh, I doubt they'd like it too much too. But they would know they're being ranked. They know their stats are online. Fans argue about them, and their cannon feats determine their cosmic street cred.
Right? Like, could you imagine if like Lex Luthor could go online and be like, wow, I didn't realize Superman was that much higher ranked than me and that much more powerful. Maybe I shouldn't mess with him because like I see that I stand no chance.
Or he finds that one person who deep dives DC lore and is like, this guy has me rated a lot higher. I have a more competitive chance, or whatnot. Um, Also, they would know that the multiverse gets patch notes here, and so the heroes and villains start min-maxing their own stats. Which, imagine your character in any
Oh,
online MMO where you just min-max your stats to be meta to the meta, and then you play, and then Jedi realize they can recalculate their midichlorian scores. And yes, I know there's people out there that don't like midichlorian scores, but it is canon, so we're going with it. And then Kryptonians start optimizing their solar exposure by choosing what star they want to go get exposure from. This isn't just a crossover. This is a competitive nerd theory crafting. So let's get.
so just in that little bit of theory, I mean, Darth Vader solos already because like he literally he was literally part of an organization that built a space station to destroy things like the sun so that Superman has no chance against him. And
But
boom.
Superman's not the only one out there. There's also Darkseid. There's also uh, uh the Lanterns. There's ways around Darth Vader, man.
No,
Yeah, I know
no.
you're a big Darth Vader fan.
Listen, Darth Vader solos. Easy. It's not even close.
Nah, I think it's more evened out than you think. All right, so our first category is power systems collide. Force versus the metagene. The metagene is a dormant gene inside the body until some sort of trauma or energy exposure or cosmic event triggers that gene to awaken inside of you. For example, the Flash getting hit by lightning awakens the gene inside of him, and he has super speed. It really just
It was
rewrites,
an arc reactor blowing up, technically. So
depending upon the source you're watching. Uh, but yes, in most sources, it is an arc reactor that blows up, giving him his super speed. It rewrites a person's biology to access the power that powers beyond the typical human limits. And the Flash one gets really interesting when you actually start doing the crossover. And I'll explain why in a second.
well, yeah, because that explosion is what causes all of the metahumans pretty much in the Flash universe.
True, it is. I didn't think
So,
about that one. What is the Force? Well, everybody knows Jedi and Star Wars has the Force, which is an energy field that connects all living things and binds the galaxy together. I don't like using midichlorians, so I'm going to keep that word out of the vocabulary as much as possible. So you won't hear it the rest of this time, I hope.
Glorians.
I hate you. Some things can be sensed, and some beings and I say beings because not all everybody in Star Wars are humans, but some beings can sense and manipulate the Force, and they're called Force sensitive. But you had a very good question.
Yeah. Is the Force considered magic? Is it a type of magic?
So by this breakdown, I would say no. It would be on the same level of, say, Magneto being able to manipulate and yes, I'm going outside of DC Universe, but Magneto being able to manipulate metal, or I'm trying to think of all the
The Flash
characters.
being able to manipulate the Speed Force? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a metagene though. I mean, it's a
Yeah, it's
metachlorian,
not.
but it's
You did.
it, I mean, is a metachlorian the same thing as a metagene? Like,
We'll get
kind of.
into that a little bit more in a
But
minute.
like Superman, for instance, doesn't have a metagene,
No,
but
but he's also an
he,
alien.
but he's very susceptible to magic. So would he be susceptible to the Force?
So that's a very good question. Would every Kryptonian be susceptible to the Force? Because, in my opinion, I think yes, just because of the way the Force is explained as this energy field that ties all the galaxy together, all things in the universe are tied together through the Force.
And like, okay, so Superman has laser vision, right? He
Mm-hmm.
can literally cut things in half with his eyes. And like, if another Kryptonian uses laser vision on him, it'll like blast him back or whatever like that. But it doesn't like burn a hole through him. But
True.
could a lightsaber?
That's a very good question. Let's get to.
Also, I got another question. Why is it that when you shoot Superman, the bullets bounce off of him, but if the villain throws the gun at him, he ducks?
I have never noticed that. That is so true.
Like, that was just out there. But anyway, like,
That was way out
I
there.
wonder how like somebody like Darth Vader versus Superman would fare, because I mean, would the force work on him? Could Darth Vader force choke
Now, see, the difference
Superman?
is if he's sitting there force choking Superman, Superman can just look down at him and blast Vader with heat vision.
Could
So,
he though?
yeah, there's nothing saying that they can't react and do anything instead of just
But
sitting
if
there
he's
acting like they're choking.
how does he look down if he's being force choked though?
I see you.
I mean, I don't know, man. Or like I mentioned to you earlier, like what if a Jedi or a Sith were to build their lightsaber with a kryptonite kyber crystal?
See, that would be interesting. But let's get to
I
that
mean,
one
that's
in a.
basically like Yoda's lightsaber. It would be green like that. But what if his is a
But
kyber crystal
that
that's
that's a good
kryptonite?
question, and we'll get to it in a second because that actually is the next section where we start talking about the stuff. But we already
Okay.
answered the question of would the Force bind to a Kryptonian biology or reject it as unnatural. We had just answered that one. So there are three ways the Force can actually interact with the metagene. Number one, yes, the Force can sense and react to the metagene. That's one option. Two, no, it cannot. It sees it's outside of the Force. It's unnatural, so it doesn't detect it. Or number three, and this is where I hate that word comes into play. The metagene could amplify Force sensitivity, or it could interrupt the Force balance and make
You
it
just
difficult.
reminded me of Tom Brady. They're definitely going to run the ball this turn, or maybe they're going to throw it. Well, of course, those are the options. Of course, those are the three options. It's either going to affect it, it's not going to affect it, or it's going to adversely affect it in
But
some
which
way.
one do you think
I
would
mean,
be more likely, though? would they be able to sense the gene and tell the power, for lack of a better term, I'm gonna use an anime reference here, determine the power level or what kind of powers that a metagene has? Or would it just be they can sense the person, but not that they have a supernatural power?
So this is gonna blow your mind here, okay? I'm gonna step outside of DC just a little bit. We're gonna go to the Marvel universe for a second,
Mhm.
and we're gonna talk about metagenes and would they affect people? That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Spider sense.
Spider sense detects danger.
But is that not the same as force sensitive people being able to force sense people?
Yeah, but see, the difference is a force sensitive person can sit there and focus on the force and sense people around them. Spider-Man's is literally, he can detect harm that's coming his way or some sort of danger coming his way. He can't just detect everything around him.
But that's kind of the same as what Anakin does when he's flying one of the pod racing. Like he can sense things faster and process things faster than a regular human can. Like I
Mhm.
feel like Spider-Man would be very good at driving a pod racer too,
Maybe.
because he. So, I mean,
That's it. That will be
that word that you don't like, I feel like the metagene and metachlorians are very similar in how they affect the 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 being's anatomy.
Mhm.
So I think that they would 100% affect each other
Yeah,
because
I
they
could see
work in the
that.
same way.
I could see both the first one and the second one. I don't see them interfering with each other so much, but I do see how they can both be seen as the same thing. Um, for this sense of this, we'll say they're the same thing. They both interact in roughly the same way.
Yeah, they work in the same way.
All right.
And I could tell you one thing about the if Star Wars and DC were to fight, like say there was a big battle
Mhm.
between all of the Sith of the or the Jedi against the Justice League. Batman would be useless. Literally useless. What is he going to do against a Jedi?
See, I can't agree with that, and I
You
have
have
to.
to agree with that. What
I
could he
can't.
do against a Jedi?
I cannot agree with that because if you look at the Clone Wars, you look at Bad Batch, you look at all of these animated cartoons, along with the prequel movies, Jedi can get beat by normal people. A lot of them are clones that are
When?
trained for war, but they
When?
there's stories where Jedi fall to non-force users a few times in the series.
I mean, I guess that's true. Like, what is it? Execute order, whatever, where all the like
Execute Order
clones just go.
66, yeah.
Yeah, 66, where all the clones just go and kill the Jedi. But they're all like
But outside of that,
there's a lot of them versus a very few amount of Jedi's. But there's one Batman,
there is one Batman.
and one Batman isn't taking on a Jedi and winning.
No, but I don't know if Batman would go into that solo knowing that the powers of the Jedi. You know he'll do all his research, and that's for something we'll discuss in the next section.
You and I both know that Batman does not do his research. Either Alfred or Lucius Fox does his research for him.
Depending upon
He's
what
too busy
Batman,
being a billionaire playboy.
depending upon what Batman you're talking about, because God knows DC can't keep Batman normal and
Consistent, yeah.
consistent. All right, let's get back on topic here.
Okay.
The next branch out is energy mechanics, and it's talking about the building of the lightsabers. So,
Yeah.
lightsabers, as we know it right now, run off a power source, kyber crystals for focusing, and then your hilt and all that good stuff. But what if they ran off the mother box cores? Mother box cores are supercomputer uh, quantum level, but they're powered by something called the living source energy. And that gives you gives you the ability to create what some research has found that something called a living lightsaber or a living saber, because you'd use the mother box to power it with the kyber crystal to focus it. Now goes into yours. The mother box helps power it. The kyber crystal acts as its lens, and now the saber is able to channel living source energy, which makes it a living saber, which causes it to respond dynamically to the user's emotional and moral states and can reshape its composition in real time. That's not counting if you go in the other direction and say, can kyber crystals attune to the speed force frequencies? And that one had me thinking.
Speed Force. Why would they need to?
So, speed force frequency, speed force and kyber crystals can the force from Star Wars and the speed force are both based on frequencies, so they could actually attune to both, and one can be manipulated in time, which is the speed force, time and space, and then the one for the force is more emotional energy that feeds it. From what I could tell in my research, that could be completely wrong, and if it is, feel free to correct me in the comments. But that would be interesting, having kyber crystals tuned to speed force frequencies, so you can manipulate time with that. I don't know. And then the balance patch gone wrong. And the reason why I say that is the Jedi Council bans the Flash for speed hacking, and the Lancers exploit the Force empathy to convert Sith rage into willpower boosts. That could be interesting if you think of it that way. You'd have a lot more Red Lanterns, though.
You know what would be? You know what would be the coolest crossover being in this era, though.
Hmm.
In this scenario, the coolest crossover
Jar
being
Jar Binks.
no
That
a Jedi lantern. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
would be interesting. I think a Sith
A
Lantern would
Jedi
be.
with the power of the lanterns. Like that would be wicked cool.
I could see that actually. Yeah, it would be pretty cool. Never thought of that. Huh. That's
Yeah,
a
now you
tough
are
one.
though. That
That's
would
an
be
interesting one.
cool.
Huh.
Like the lanterns are like one of the few that I think could stand up to the Jedi because of like they have very unique powers that like what would the Jedi do against?
Yeah, but so we gotta preface this that we're talking about Jedi, not the Sith, because they have completely different ways they would operate. Not
Yeah.
everybody knows Force Lightning or Force Choke or all that stuff.
I mean, okay, even the Sith, that would be even worse.
That would be
Like,
worse, because then you're using the Sith is all about using emotions. So you're using that raw emotional energy that the Lantern Corps is now turning into a power source for their lanterns to charge the rings. That
yeah,
would,
they would be a lot of Red Lanterns.
yeah, a lot. All right. So, topic number 2 is the great crossover factions. This one here has listed the Jedi League, which would be Superman, who I'm not sure if what kind of knight he would be. Wonder Woman, I could see her being a Jedi Sentinel. And then Batman can only be one type of Jedi. Him and Ahsoka would get along great as a gray Jedi.
Hmm. I don't think Batman could be a Jedi.
I don't think he could be Sith. That's why they say the gray Jedi in Star Wars lore, because you can still be Jedi and follow some of their teachings and then stray your own way versus going light side or dark side.
Mm, I don't know, man. Batman Batman is too dark side. I think he would have to be Sith because like his whole shtick relies on like revenge.
In some cases, yeah, it does. I'm trying to look
That's
something.
not a Jedi thing. Revenge is not a Jedi thing.
Let's see. Term gray had two meanings. First, it was used as Jedi by Jedi and Seth to describe Force users who walk the line between light and dark sides of the Force without surrendering to the dark side. And second, it described Jedi who distance themselves from the Jedi High Council and operate outside the structures of the Jedi Code. That's why I think he could be a gray Jedi. I don't think he would be a Jedi or a member of the Jedi Council, but he would be what he would be a Force user that operates outside the Jedi High Council, which would make him a gray Jedi.
But Batman is the only one out of all of them that has no powers. So why would he be a Jedi?
So how do we know that during this crossover he doesn't somehow gain Force sensitivity?
But why would he? He has no like he's just smart and rich. Like he has no superpowers at all. Like he just is smart and rich and has people that make cool things for him.
Yeah, but he's also I don't know. I've seen too many iterations of the Dark Knight to actually sit there and say whether or not he would or would not get Force powers on a great crossover. And the only reason why I say that is because, man, there are so many iterations of Batman throughout all the multiverse.
But I think force powers, if anybody was force sensitive or had force powers, it would be like people who were metas. Like
So,
the
how
Flash or like even Green Arrow. He won't get force powers either because he has no powers. He's just a rich human with cool toys.
now I want to do this crossover with MCU. I
Like
can see that, but at the same time, there's nothing. So, based on how the metagene works, they both have had some traumatic experience. They've both been highly uh they both had a lot of chemical reactions happen to their bodies. Um, I don't know. I think,
I don't think
I think he could.
I don't think he would.
But out of the four on here, it's either he would be part of the Jedi League or the Anti Monitors Cantina. Uh, so there's the Jedi League, the Sith Syndicate, the Lantern Empire, and Anti Monitors Cantina. We were just talking about the Jedi League. And one of the things that interested me was I was reading where you use the uh, living saber and create her whip as the her version of the lightsaber, but instead of being lightsaber, it's a light whip. I
Who,
mean,
Wonder Woman?
yeah, you won't be able to choke anybody with it for the lasso of truth, but
She could do her little boom for her little force push.
hey, have you ever seen have you ever seen the comic that as where Superman asks you're if she's bulletproof, she says yeah, and he goes, why do you block everything with your gauntlets? And then she just stands there and dung 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 dung. All right, so you got the Sith Syndicate, and thinking of it, it made me think Dark Side becomes the true Dark Lord of the Force. Would Vader kneel or fight? And could he stand a chance against Dark Side?
I mean, it depends. If Darkseid has Sith powers, then that's just. I mean, if it's just Darkseid versus Darth Vader the Sith,
Mm-hmm.
Darth Vader wrecks him. It's not even close. He cuts him to pieces. Like it won't even be close. But if it's Darkseid with Sith powers versus Vader with Sith powers, then that's another story. Because
Let's
yeah,
see.
I mean,
Darkseid has superhuman strength and invulnerability, immortality, and manipulation of cosmic energy through the Omega effect.
okay.
So I think Darkseid could own Vader.
Mm.
Look, I know you're a huge Star Wars fan, but in this case, Darkseid would. I think Vader either. I don't think Vader kneels, but Vader understands his role. All right, the Lantern Empire. Lantern Corps of the Lantern Corps absorbs the Galactic Republic using a motion spectra to control hyperspace routes. I don't know. If it comes to controlling hyperspace routes, here's where I think Batman would fit is the Lantern Empire, primarily because he can use the ring.
I mean, he could
If
use the
the
ring,
if
yeah.
the ring chooses him. But yes, because I think there is an episode where he uses the ring. But that would be interesting. And then I love the thoughts that this came up with. And it said the Anti Monitors Cantina, a neutral zone where Yoda debates fate with Dr. Fate. I don't
I
know.
mean, Dr. Fate realistically would wreck them all, but like,
Well, realistically, yeah. Now, this is the one where it made me wonder because I don't think you can build this. So we know that Beskar is able to block lightsabers.
who?
Beskar, the armor
Oh,
metal.
yeah.
Batman, this one, the next section is characters build mashups. It's the first one listed was Batman's min max. He studies midichlorians and
Oh, you said you weren't going to say that for the rest of the
I
episode.
did. I let myself down. I should go put myself in a corner on a timeout. I'll do that after the episode. All right. So he studies the words I won't name again and builds anti force armor. So if you know they're controlled by the forces manipulated by the things in the cells, you could theoretically build something that counters it. In theory.
In theory. However,
He has
let
the
me
money
let
to research it.
let me reference the episode of The Mandalorian,
Mm-hmm.
those special robots that have like the super armor are trying to get the child, and Luke shows up and
Mm-hmm.
just starts going and just crumpling them and throwing them in different directions and cutting them to pieces. And yeah, it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, but I don't think they were anti-force robots. So here's the difference. I think with Batman's studying and his research he does in the animated series, I honestly think he could, with his wealth, he could potentially research something that is better against the force than what we can think of. I think he can do it. His biggest stick is he finds the weakness of everybody he works with on the Justice League and has a way to counter them. So he could, in theory, do that. But this next note is what I'm really interested in. The Flash in hyperspace. So we know how fast the Flash is. Do you think his speed he would actually enter the light speed dimension?
Well, I mean, he runs so fast he can go back in time, so I can only imagine he can enter light speed. Like,
And
he's
he can
faster
break
than light
both
speed.
realities because he enter a person just manually entered light speed without a hyperdrive.
Well, I mean, he's faster than light speed.
Yeah, because he can travel to Earth in like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, he can go, like, literally go so fast he breaks the, like, light barrier and goes back in time. So, like, he could 100% go light speed.
So in that case, he entered that is their light speed hack they were talking about, by the way. He goes into light speed and breaks reality.
I don't know if he'd break reality, but he could recreate it easily enough by going back in time and changing something.
Yeah, if changing whatever caused the merge to begin with. Well,
Right.
if you think
Which
about
he
it,
does in the show.
yeah. Speaking of the Flash, the new DCU is supposed to have what's his name from the series as the new
Grant
movie.
Gustin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think he could alternate.
What in the world?
What?
I'm just looking ahead. I'm
You're
sorry.
looking ahead. Let's see. The Green Lantern plus Jedi creates light constructs that block or amplify force powers. Do you think the lantern would be able to block force powers?
I
Or the
think so.
ring, the power of the lantern?
I think so. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
How a Jedi lantern would be just nuts.
Oh, yeah. Have a nice shield blocking everything while lightsabers also block things. Let's see. Lex Luthor plus Sith alchemy. Pure science meets dark side mutation. I don't know how that one worked though, because even playing Star Wars: The Old Republic, they don't talk a lot about. They talk about medical mutations being caused by research and stuff, but they don't really touch too deep in it. And then Harley Quinn plus the Ewok tribe. Pure
Yeah, that's the one I was looking at. Like, what the heck?
pure chaos diplomacy. It works.
So I got a question.
Uh-huh.
So in Star Wars,
Yes.
Yoda specifically states, two there are, no more, no less, always a master and apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
So how are there so many dang Sith if there's only supposed to be two?
I've tried answering that question multiple times and I've never been able to answer it. I know there's supposed to be two, no more, no less, but what if they're only talking about that make themselves known?
Or maybe that there's only like for instance, a a Sith Lord only takes one apprentice. There's multiple
Unlike,
Sith Lords, but they only take one apprentice. Because they literally retcon that later when they say there's only one or whatever, but yet there's Darth Sidious and then there's
there's,
Dooku and then
yeah,
there's like he has multiple. Like,
I think it is. I think it is the one Sith, one master, one Padawan or trainee or apprentice. Yeah, apprentice is the word I was looking for. I think that's it because if you look at the Jedi, you have one master can have multiple Padawans.
yeah,
So
but that's not the Sith.
yeah, I know. So that might be what it is one master, one apprentice.
Huh.
Because that does that right there shows while they did a good job in Star Wars of trying to create a well-written universe, there are some um issues. All right. Topic 4, metagaming the multiverse.
Oh boy.
So the heroes, do you think they would actually start treating existence like an RPG? In a sense that Batman just unlocked his Force Unseen feat, or Yoda multi-classes into the Time Monk to counter the Speed Force. This did tie in D&D with it, and I don't know why.
I was gonna say, like, I don't
But
like
think of it like
an
a typical
RPG is in like
RPG.
they're leveling up and I mean getting new armor and stuff. I mean they have like Batman always gets new armor and stuff like that.
Batman is an RPG, I think.
And if you look at something like, Smallville or something where Superman, I guess, levels up as he gets older and like learns his new abilities as he's leveling up.
See, that one, I don't think heroes or villains would be able to treat it as an RPG because it's existence. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see something pop up on unless you're watching an anime for whatever reason. You get a notification, you pop up a window in front of you, and you say, "Oh," because animes are weird like that.
I mean, like, Superman lasers Lex Luthor's head off. It's not like he's just gonna respawn at the last respawn point. That's not how like
I don't know, sir. I've
works.
watched enough DC cartoons to realize they do respawn a lot.
They don't ever actually die.
As far as we know, they could just be
They always get
respawning.
captured. They always get captured and taken to Arkham Asylum or something,
Now there is the
where they break out constantly. It's the worst place. Well, I don't know why he keeps taking them there. They keep getting out, but hey,
it's supposed to be this really secure place, but everybody breaks out of it. But no, I was out because I was thinking, I was like, all right, so you have this DC universe where I just lost my train of thought. You have this DC universe where you never see people actually die, or when they do kill them off, and I'm accounting the comics on this one, they kill them off, and then all of a sudden they're back again. So they have respawn points in the books and comics. That's how I would put
um,
it. Uh,
okay.
the Force Ghosts complain about balance updates. I could see that. I could see Force Ghosts sitting around and starting to complain about how things are different and they updated the game, making it easier for the younger, newer players or heroes to survive. Could you imagine you go to that cantina and you just see a bunch of Force Ghosts sitting there? Man, I remember at the very beginning where you could cheat this way or you could do this. And that now they're like, now everybody's really balanced, but they broke this over there.
Yeah, like all the Jedi that have died in Star Wars, why did only like 5 of them become Force ghosts?
So my understanding is Force Ghost was a skill you had to learn while you were alive, but you have to be it takes a level of knowledge that not all Jedi get up to. That
So
was
how
my
did Darth
understanding.
Vader learn it?
But Vader?
So then how did Darth Vader learn it?
They covered it. I think it was in the cartoons. It's either in the cartoons or I forgot where, but they did
Like I can
mention
understand how
somewhere.
Obi-Wan learned it and Yoda learned it, but like doesn't make sense that Anakin would have known it
If he learned it while he was still a Jedi before he went.
when he was a young kid. Like
No, because he Hayden Christensen when he was in the Clone Wars during that time
he's in
period.
like his 20s. He was
Yeah.
still a kid by Jedi standards. All
Hey,
the other Jedi were like 500 years old.
you're also talking about the chosen one who brought balance to the Force. All right, so maybe he is the one.
Why my camera just got all fuzzy?
You unfocused.
How?
Even
Why is it not focused?
even your camera disagrees with you.
Fix. That's weird.
No, well.
Hmm.
All right. So, topic 5, end game scenarios. So, as we know,
Scenarios.
yeah, as we know, everything has PvP, real life or whatever. So, what about a cosmic PvP arena that forms where it is literally metahumans versus force users? That is weird that that blurred out like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put your hand over it and remove it.
I did. I just did that. Well,
That is really weird. And looking at settings, I don't see
like
a
my
way.
autofocus like stopped or something.
Yeah.
You can't change anything while we're recording, so that's weird.
All right. So everybody gets to see you all fuzzy.
Don't adjust your dials. That's how it's supposed to be.
They'll
I'll
see
just come
me
over here.
really clear, you really fuzzy, and then you come clear one time and I go really fuzzy.
I'll be like, Jordan, come real close
Hey,
right now.
back up, back up. It cleared up.
Bang. Fixed it.
Had to get
I
really
just had
close
it.
to the camera.
I just said to Jordan the Stallion it. Come real close right now. All right, now back up, back up, back up, back up. Okay.
All right, endgame scenarios. A cosmic PvP arena forms force users. I'm gonna say force sensitive versus metahumans. Because you can have non-Jedi force users, non-Sith force users.
I would say,
Do you think that would be a success?
I mean, are you talking like death matches or are you talking just like for fun?
For
See
fun.
who would win.
PvP arena. Like say the what's that fighting league? Not WWE, but the other one. Mixed martial arts.
Oh, MMA?
Yeah, MMA, but what's the one that's really popular? My mind just went blank and I can't think of it.
UFC?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, where are you going with this?
UFC. What if you had a UFC where it was metahumans versus force users? That would be actually kind of interesting. You'd have to have Star Wars robots standing by to heal people.
Well, I mean, I think Superman would win.
Well, yeah. But we're talking
Unless you
about
could cheat and like bring in like kryptonite or something, in which case the Flash would win. Because we just discussed he moves at the speed of light, so who's going to be able to stop him?
True, unless Yoda. But let's say we're not going to talk about the ones we know hardcore.
You
Just
seem to think that Batman would beat them all somehow because,
I did
he'd
not.
be
I
prepared.
never say he would beat
He
them
knows how
all.
to beat everybody in the Justice League. Batman is a chump.
I said, I said he knows. He does his research. I didn't say he always wins.
Batman couldn't even save his parents. Listen,
Damn, that's harsh. And it took both him and Superman having the same mother name to solve that one.
he had to literally train with Ra's al Ghul to
Yeah,
become cool. Like he was not good until he trained with Ra's al Ghul.
he had to be a ninja.
An
But
assassin,
let's be
maybe
honest.
assassin.
Let's be honest. He didn't become cool until the latest movie, the latest animated movie where he killed the Joker.
I was gonna say, if you said the latest movie where like he was played by Ben Affleck, then
No,
you would
that
have to
wasn't the
hand in
latest.
your. Oh, we do not count Robert Pattinson as Batman in this room.
Hey. I said the
That is
latest.
not Batman. Ugh.
Hey, good news. They have canceled the Robert
Blech.
Pattinson Batman.
I thought they were about to come out with a sequel soon.
No, they canceled making the sequel.
Good. It was terrible. The first one was awful. The first one shouldn't even have been called The Batman. It should have been called The Bruce Wayne because that was it. He was Bruce Wayne the whole movie. He was Batman like in like 12 minutes of the whole movie. The movie was awful. And he was a terrible Bruce Wayne because
Oh,
he was
it hasn't been
too
canceled.
emo.
They've been delayed.
He was too emo for Bruce Wayne.
Oh no, James Gunn. So this is as of October 28th on InsideTheMagic.com. Robert Pattinson's the Batman sequel officially canceled. James Gunn confirms. So yeah,
Good. They should make a new Batman. And you know who should be Batman? You know who should be the new Batman?
I got to hear this one. Who?
Jensen Ackles. I think he would play an amazing Batman.
I'm about to make you sad.
Why? Don't make me sad.
I don't know.
The guy from Supernatural.
I know. I'm
Dean.
thinking, would he be a good Batman? He would be a good. He's a good investigator. He
He'd
plays
be a
investigators really well.
he'd be a good he'd be a really good Bruce Wayne, and he's got that gravelly voice from Supernatural. I mean, he's got the Batman voice down already.
True.
He'd make it great. And the funny thing is he actually played in a show, a Superman show. So
So he's
I mean,
already familiar with the DCU.
yeah, he was in Smallville.
I think that'd be interesting.
Jensen Ackles, my vote for Batman.
I don't agree with this next point. Wonder Woman channels both truth and the light side, becomes the chosen one, retconned across time. Well, if you think about it, this whole thing is plausible because technically Earth and the Star Wars universe are all in the same universe. They're just in a galaxy far away a long time ago. Sorry.
Well,
a long
we
time
know
ago
that they're
in a
in the
galaxy
same
far,
universe.
far away. Huh?
We know they're in the same universe
So this could actually happen.
because of ET.
That too, but this could actually happen. So I don't know if she becomes
okay, but the metahumans don't. They're not on Earth. They're on like Earth 221 or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah, but Earth
They're in a different
exists in the
multiverse.
same galaxy and this every universe. So in theory, they could have one universe where they both exist. Only one, but one galaxy.
But do they? I mean, the Star Wars and the Jedi and stuff might exist in the same universe as like Earth 104, and all the metahumans exist in Earth 451 or some. I mean, they might not exist in the same universe, but if they somehow manage to, like, if Flash were to mess with the timeline and combine universes, then it could happen.
But I don't think she would become the chosen one retcon across time.
No. She's not the chosen one.
I think she would be a better Rey than Rey. Because she wouldn't be associated with Palpatine.
I mean, I think if anybody's the chosen one, it was Luke.
Yeah.
Although technically Anakin was the chosen one. He did bring balance to the Force.
They never said it would bring light side balance to the Force by bringing the light side.
No, they said he would bring balance to the Force, which he did by killing himself and Palpatine to save Luke.
But at the same time,
to the Force.
he brought balance to the Force by being the ultimate bad guy or the ultimate darkness compared.
He brought balance to the Force by killing every Jedi there was, but there was only one left.
Exactly.
AKA balanced.
Exactly.
It was balanced. There was one.
And then
Luke
he
Skywalker
unbalanced
left.
it by throwing him and Palpatine over the edge.
Which left one light side Force user.
And no dark side Force user.
Everything's balanced.
But then there's no dark side user to offset that one light side user. So you're not balanced, sir.
Sure there was.
Or was there enough turmoil in Luke Skywalker for him to realize he was actually here, not good or not bad?
There was still one Sith Lord that you forget about.
Jar Jar Binks?
Emperor Jar Jar Binks.
Emperor Jar Jar. You know.
Lord Jar Jar.
That is still that is the fan theory I really believe and would love to see true, is that he's actually this ultimate evil mastermind.
He was behind it all of it.
Okay, here's one
He
for
was,
you. Emperor
nope.
Palpatine tries to manipulate crisis energy, gets reverse Uno'd by Darkseid. That one I could probably see.
Some
More
of the
so than
lanterns coming in and dropping a Uno reverse card, like a giant green Uno reverse card.
Luke Skywalker and Superman co-found the Order of Infinite Hope. Why can I actually see that?
Luke and Superman.
It depends upon what Luke. Pre the sequel trilogy, I can see that. During the
Luke?
sequel trilogy or pre the events that led him to the isolation during the sequel trilogy. Before
Yeah.
that
Luke
massacre.
founded the order. He founded it himself, and he failed miserably
Yeah, but
with
with Superman and him co-founding it together,
Ben Solo.
that would help out a little bit, I think. Because then maybe Superman sees something in Ben Solo that Luke doesn't see and opens Luke's eyes to it. Maybe.
Maybe.
This one is so DCU. I got to mention this. Patch 2.0, the writer's strike of the multiverse resets canon again. I could that is
That
DC.
would happen.
That is DC.
That would happen. That 100% would happen multiple times over the course of the one event.
Yeah. It's that happens all the time. That's why we got so many Batman. That's why you have so many different iterations. Superman. So many. Well, not so many. We only have what, 2? Nope. There's been about 3 Flashes, I think. There's been 4 or so. There's been 3 iterations of Wonder Woman.
There's been multiple iterations of the Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm. One of them gets killed by Deadpool.
Green Lantern?
Doesn't he go back in the MC during his MCU time hop when he's killing all the things that were up?
I don't remember him killing
It might not have been Green Lantern.
himself.
I know he makes fun of the Green Lantern, but I
Oh,
know,
yeah, he definitely makes fun of his time as Green Lantern, for sure.
yeah, he kills himself as the really bad mouth
Deadpool,
tape
yeah.
shut Deadpool.
Tape shut, he had no mouth.
No, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there would be a lot of rewrites over and over because they wouldn't be able to cast anybody properly. The only people that would probably never get rewritten because the fans love them is all of the characters we mentioned from Star Wars. But it would give it is an interesting crossover because I think you could actually write really good stories with people not your main known DC people or your main known Star Wars people. So let's start wrapping this up. Who actually wins in a metaverse game, a metagame multiverse?
The fans.
No, I want your true answer.
Yeah, the fans. We win because we get to see this unfold. No, I mean, one singular person or like
Fans, business, what? I think the fans do ultimately, just because you get to see this cool, if it's written
that's
right.
what I said.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you're talking like in the metagame multiverse, like what specific character would win?
Yeah, let's go with that one. Yeah.
If there was just like a Star Wars metaverse brawl battle royale death match, I think, gosh,
It's a hard
it would
one.
be tough. Everybody has their own powers. Nothing's mixed or
That's a tough one. I don't know if there would be a true decisive winner. You could probably create the simulation, run it multiple times, and it would be a different winner each time.
it would either be Yoda, because let's be fair, that dude is bad,
Yeah.
or maybe Darkseid. I don't know. Darkseid would probably be the most likely, just because he can manipulate reality.
What if it came to a draw between Darkseid and Yoda?
How did we come to a draw, though?
Yoda is strong with the Force.
That's an understatement.
I mean, I'm not 100% really familiar with Darkseid, so I don't really know that one too well. I know he can really manipulate stuff, but I would say either I would love to see it as a draw, but now that I'm thinking about it, it probably would be Darkseid. But ultimately, everybody would end up teaming up to go after Darkseid. But when you talk about the answer to that question, you can talk about it as in universe, or you can just say if this metagame multiverse was to exist, who would ultimately win? And it would be us fans, just because I think it would be an interesting crossover.
I didn't even think about, like, we're not even thinking about, like, we're just thinking about, like, the main people that they made movies of,
Mm-hmm.
and that have been, like, mainstream, but we're not even thinking about people like the Presence,
Oh, yeah. See, that's
who's like the god of the DC universe and could literally just like make everything go away, or like Lucifer Morningstar, who's the son of the Presence and like equally as powerful. Like, these people, I think, if we added them in, then I mean they win.
well, when you add gods in, of course they're going to win.
Or like even Anti-Monitor. Anti-Monitor is super strong too. Like we kind of mentioned him, but we didn't talk about him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people we left out, but I left it vague, and we only touched on the main people. I would actually like to know. I don't think there's anybody on the Star Wars side that could compete with all that.
Mm,
Keeping the gods out of it, because nobody's going to beat a god.
Doctor Manhattan.
Yeah, but you keep
And
him far
just
enough away, it's not a problem.
swing his big blue wiener at everybody, and I
All
mean
right.
he's super strong. Dark side, according to the list I'm looking at, the strongest beings in all of DC, like you got the Presence, Lucifer, Elaine Balak, Doctor Manhattan, Dark Side. Like they're all like the main big ones. Anti Monitor, Mobius, Spectre. Oh, I forgot about Spectre. Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman's like number 21 on the list.
Yeah, but see, you look at this list and you look at and if say they're able to see this same list, I don't think many people are going to complain that gods are above Superman. Superman's power isn't the end all be all of a hero. You take him outside of our sun's rays, and he's depending upon what other color sun he goes into, he's just not as strong.
or pick up a piece of kryptonite and you win. Like, if you had kryptonite in your hand, you could take out Superman. Like,
Mhm.
he's got weaknesses. That's the big thing. Jedi have weaknesses. Like, they have a very strong moral code, and you can
That's
beat them
why
by getting them to, like, you can't, they won't break it. So, like, you just put them in a situation, could be tough.
that
Darth
is
Vader, that man's got no rules. Like,
see,
he's
that's why
strong.
when you talk Star Wars, you can't just talk Jedi Sith. You actually have to talk Force users in general and all the other alien species.
Yeah. And then you also got to talk about people like, our boy Mossy's favorite, Boba Fett,
Oh, of course,
the
Boba
bounty
Fett.
hunters. They're sweet.
The Mandalorians are sweet.
Yeah.
So the crossover, if you actually had that crossover, I think it would be a win for us fans, just because it would lead to good stories, I think, and it would be a very interesting thought process from the writers to figure out how to A, make it happen, B, figure out how they want to combine the two universes and make it make sense. I mean, we discussed it a little bit, but they would have more time to figure it out.
Yeah. There's the super nerds that have figured all this out down to the exact numbers.
No
We're
problem.
not those super nerds.
No, we're not. I could have dove this a lot deeper than I actually did, but I was like, that's getting too nerdy for both of us
Yeah,
combined.
you already dove this nerdier than I would have even taken it, and that's saying something. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah, I
So,
think I think we're about there. I think we're about there.
yeah. So I think that's where we're going to end this tonight because we're actually at the wrap up. I should have clarified when I was looking this up and I didn't. So I got some stuff that made it sound like it was D&D esque, which I could deep dive this hardcore into D&D and be very interesting to me anyway.
Please don't.
Oh, one of these days we're gonna get you into a D&D game. We're gonna actually try it, see if you actually
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. You've been saying that for who knows how long now, and guess what? I've still never played D&D because you didn't make it happen.
Because I gotta get the D&D account, D&D Beyond account, so that way you can actually log in and work on building a character.
Right.
And I gotta figure out who all else I can get to join. And I gotta figure out what time on Sundays we can game because my Saturdays are another D&D game.
Yeah, we got to do at least like what 3 or 4 people to make it
Mhm.
fun.
To make it fun, you need at least 3. 4 is the ideal number to me.
All right.
All
Well,
right. So this is the first deep dive. We'll do another one. I just gotta figure out, get with Archon and have him give me some ideas of crossovers so we can start deep diving this. This
I
one
told
was
him earlier. I told him earlier we should do Ninja Turtles and Lord of the Rings.
I'm gonna do that because that's gonna be a very
No,
interesting
we're not going to
crossover.
do that. No, we're not, because that would not even work.
Yes, it would.
Nothing about that would work.
What? Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Lord of the
Nope,
Rings.
that would never work.
Well, it depends if you go, oh man, we could dive this hardcore right now because
Nope.
it really depends if you're talking about Middle Earth as being legends of the past, Earth's past.
Listen, we already took the Ninja Turtles in the past once, and it didn't do so hot.
They only went to medieval Japan,
Yeah, and
feudal
it didn't do
Japan.
so hot. It didn't do so hot. So
It was the worst of the 3 movies by a long shot.
I disagree completely. But hey, that's just me. I actually liked that
Hey,
movie.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said it was the worst of the 3. All right. So That's all we got for y'all tonight. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please give us 5 stars, comment.
He means on YouTube, not on the. Of course, you're listening on the podcast because that's what we're doing is the podcast.
Yeah. And then if you're watching on YouTube, like and
That's what he meant. There
subscribe.
you go.
If you're watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Give us a comment what you think, what kind of crossover you'd like to see. Hit us up in our Discord if you want to give us ideas for crossovers.
Discord is the place to be.
What is it?
Discord.gg/Raw Podcast.
You can also hit us up on our Facebook, which we've been getting a lot more views on that. Thank you all. That's just Raw Podcasts. You can hit us up if you want to talk anything business, or if you don't like talking on any kind of chat room or anything, you can email us at
podcastraw@gmail.com,
and also hit us up on our Instagram.
which is Raw Podcast 1.
Yep. So you can find me anywhere as well. Most places now it's just Rook213.
And you can find me pretty much everywhere as the Archon 606.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in a week.
Have a great week, guys.